Panginoong Diyos, aming Ama, ang Diyos ng awa at mapagpatawad. Ang biyaya mo ay tunay at lubos, walang katulad at banal. Ngayong Kapaskuhan at nalalapit na bagong taon, inaalala namin ang tunay na regalo sa sangkatauhan. Pinagkaloob mo ang iyong anak na si Jesus upang kami na naniniwala ay maligtas sa aming mga kasalanan at sa kamatayan. Marami sa amin ang nalulungkot at nangungulila sa mga mahal namin sa buhay na nawala dahil sa COVID virus, sakuna at mga sakit. Pakinggan niyo po ang aming mga panalangin at panaghoy. Kalamayin niyo po ang aming mga puso at bigyan ng lingap at kapayapaan kaming mga naulila at nahihirapan. Naway ang kalooban niyo po ang maghari at maganap. Ikaw po ang tunay at may alam ng bawat kalagayan ng iyong mga anak. Espiritu Santo, o aming Diyos, datnan mo po kaming tapat at naglilingkod sa iyo. Ito ang aming samot panalangin na may buong pusong pagtitiwala sa ngalan ng Ama, Anak, at Espiritu Santo. Amen.
Walang kasing saya ang Paskong Pinoy. Dumaan man ang problema at pandemya, kayang-kayang lampasan basta't nagdadamayan at nagmamahalan.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko dito sa V81 Radio, Manila.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. Here now is the program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erica Mizon, together with her fellow millennials, they will be making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Hello mga ka-sports tropa, this is your sports girl anchor Nicole Ganglani, welcoming you to our show where we talk all things sports and fitness. Buckle up, get ready, set, and go. We're here to put the spotlight on different athletes from different sports to hopefully inspire you to be better every day. So for this week, we're gonna put the highlight on fitness. As we all know by now, fitness comes with sacrifice. Like your goals in life, you cannot achieve them without some sort of push or the idea of giving up something, whether that's your time, old habits, or even what you consider as fun. But that doesn't mean fitness can't be fun. In fact, fitness is one of the fun ways to get your life in the right direction. The best part, you meet great people, learn more about yourself, and get your health intact while you're at it. Fitness can be encouraging even. That's what fitness personalities Keith Llige and Hannah Bacani will tell us more about today. Let's bring out our guest for today.
Hello there.
Yay!
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
For our audience, Hannah is a fitness instructor at the Movement Studio. I've attended one of her classes. And Keith, meanwhile, is at Ride Revolution. Hello, guys. And sorry, Keith's also at Bear Manila. Hello, guys. Thank you for
Hi.
Hello.
So
So,
nice to be here.
so since we're gonna talk about all things fitness today, I'd like to ask you guys the very first question. Before we get to your like fitness background story, can we please have a brief on what you guys do on a daily basis, fitness wise? Like, how is your job like? How's your daily routine like? So maybe we can start with you, Keith, na lang, since you came early.
Wow. Because I'm the early bird today.
Excited.
I
Actually, si
know.
Hannah yung early bird, diba?
Yo, like I function at night. I am not a morning person at all.
Same here,
So-
girl. Same.
Diba? Right. So, in terms of my fitness routine on the daily, actually kasi, being a fitness instructor is actually a part-time job for me because I have a 9-to-5 job. I work in e-commerce. So,
Mhm.
usually, in terms of like my fitness routine, it always happens at night. So, it's
Yeah.
always past 6. And then whenever I work out, I try to make it a point to, like be consistent, try to work out at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Probably siguro like 3 times
At
during the
least
weekdays
4
and then
times.
once during the weekend. I
Yeah.
make sure that I have my rest days also. I also
Yeah.
teach kasi during weekdays and weekends also. So I teach indoor cycling on Zoom. So that one naman would be like my cardio. I consider it as my cardio already.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of my days, I try to do like strength and conditioning. Just, balance everything out. Yeah, it's usually
Yes.
at night, everything past 6. I think Hannah's the opposite of me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
hear the opposite
On the-
side, Hannah?
On the flip side, I usually
the
start
flip
my day Monday to Thursday at 4 a.m. Guys, can you believe it? This is pretty intense.
Yeah, when he told me that, I was so shocked. Wala pang araw. Some people sleep at 4 a.m.
Girl, I just
Early
slept
bird gets the
by that
worm.
time.
Well, my show on the radio, I'm also a radio DJ. It's called
Yeah.
Wake Up Manila, and it starts at 5 to 7 in the morning. So my job is to literally wake up the metro. I have to be up and ready to go. And then after that, I would usually work out. So I do strength training 4 to 5 days a week. And then some days I alternate with HIIT like TMS classes, or I do my own like long distance running. And then I teach also in TMS, usually in the afternoon. We do Zoom classes right now as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much my day.
So thanks for that, guys. But I'd like to ask, how did you both get into fitness naman? Like, what you guys do on a daily basis is really remarkable. How you manage to squeeze in fitness, not just as your daily routine, but an actual, quote unquote job, of course, based on how you look at it. But how did this all start personally? Maybe Hannah, you can start.
Okay. Fitness didn't really come naturally to me because when I was growing up, I was very big. Like I was a former fat kid. And I always said that
Okay.
I was 65 kilos at 5 feet. So when you get that visual, it seems pretty intense when you're a 12-year-old kid, right? And then
Yeah.
for some reason, when I turned 13, I just dropped the weight. I think it's because I was biking to school every day. I was
Yeah.
living in the Netherlands at
Oh,
the time.
wow.
So I was literally forced to work out. And at the time, I never really thought about it. Like I wanted to lose weight. I was very happy
Yeah.
as a kid. And then it just kind of dropped. And then that love for fitness just grew. So after I started cycling to school, I started jogging. And then
Oh,
I
wow.
started getting into indoor cycling in 2017. That's when I really took it seriously. Before then, I was just doing running and yoga and weight training on the side. But when I started
Yeah.
indoor cycling, that's actually why I know Keith, because we both started out in Ride Revolution. We were trained by Ida Paras, who just commented, by the way,
Yeah, who just
that she's
commented,
watching right
yeah.
now. Hey,
Yeah.
what's
Miss
up?
Queen.
So after
she's
that,
gonna give her a
I yeah, she's watching. Our mom is watching. I was
Oh, she's your
I got
mom.
into indoor cycling, and then I got into weight training. That's what really like made my body strong, guys. Like that changed the game for me. And I think Keith agrees as well. Like strength training shapes your body. It makes you feel so strong. And I gained weight, but I also gained strength, and it's just the best thing for me. And then that's when I went into the movement studio, and then like personal training and things like that. So it just keeps evolving, I think, fitness for me.
Thanks for that, Hannah. So it was really more of you exposed yourself in cardio through
Mhm.
biking, and then you got into strength training, and here you are now. Long story short, you're at movement studio where you tell people to lift weights, and I was there as a witness. How about you, naman, Keith? How did you get into fitness?
Well, for me, I think fitness was sort of like part of my quarter life crisis at that time. Mine's fairly recent. Yeah, mine's fairly recent. If Hannah started when she was 13, mine was just really 3 years ago. So
Yeah.
in 2017. So at that time,
Yeah.
kasi I was at that time, when at that point in my life when I was struggling with my career, parang I felt like bored. You know how sometimes when you're at work you're stressed but also you're bored at the same time. So
Right.
that was like sort of my like that point in my life na parang I wanted to do something new. I wanted to spice, my life up a little bit. So parang at that time, parang I was just like super open to, like doing something that's out of the ordinary. So that's when I thought na parang, hey, maybe I should, try to get into fitness, right? So
Yeah.
at the time, I tried to like experiment, like different activities. I tried boxing, I tried running, and then, eventually it brought me to indoor cycling. So it's actually my first love in fitness. I super
Indoor
love.
cycling.
Yeah, it was something that I was automatically hooked, when I tried it out. And I got it. And you know what? I'm not sure. Have you tried indoor cycling, na ba, Nicole?
Yes, that was my first. That was my first.
Yeah.
That's what really started
I like it.
the group
Yeah,
fitness
it's
scene
like
in
the
Manila, I
jump
think.
start.
Yeah, I really
it's a
like
lot.
it.
Yeah, it's a jump off point for like most people in fitness. And it
Yeah.
becomes really addicting. And parang at that time also I met like amazing people in Ride Revolution. I actually started with
Yeah.
them already. So the community is like extremely supportive, like
Yes,
apart
I heard
from
about
the
the
fact that
community.
you get to work out, the people are awesome too. So at that time, I got super hooked, and then eventually there was an opening for an audition. So, I tried it out. A leap of faith lang. And then luckily, I got in. And then from there, I was just really inspired and encouraged to work on myself a little bit more. And then it's actually the same with Hannah. Parang I started off with cardio, but also,
You
being my
grew to
low,
strength.
being my low EQ self, I get bored easily. So I still try to, look for other openings to grow, right? So that's
Yeah.
what brought me naman to Bear Manila. So I wanted to try, like
Okay.
hit sell, but like sort of like that circuit kind. And yeah, so I try to balance it out also with strength and conditioning. So similar with Hannah, just to balance everything out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you. That's really nice. So what was it about fitness that you guys eventually said you'd pursue in the long run?
Who wants to start?
You go,
I
Hannah,
think I
go.
can start. So what made you fall in love with it na parang you guys said, oh, this is something, and I'm sure this is something also you want to pursue eventually for a long, long time, diba? So what made you fall in love with it na you said na, oh, I want to do this like full-time even or part-time with your e-commerce job?
Yeah. So for me, I guess at that time when there was like an opening or an opportunity to teach or to audition, my top of mind thought kasi was like, I love this so much. I just want to share this type of joy to, like all the other people who are experiencing it or haven't experienced this in their lives, and just share and influence the joy with them of and
Yeah.
parang that mindset and giving them that mindset that fitness can be fun, lalo na
Yes, for
for
sure.
group classes. For group classes kasi it's actually a really more than the workout. It gives you like this really good sense of community, of camaraderie, because you lift each other up. Parang you build yourself you build your strength physically, but also you get to share it with all your other, classmates and riders.
Yeah.
So that's actually one thing that really keeps me going, seeing people grow and sharing, what I love the most.
Yes. How about you naman, Hannah? What was it about fitness na you wanted to pursue in the long run? Like you yourself said na parang you started from biking to school, now eventually actually inspiring people to get them
Yeah.
moving. So what was
Uh,
it about fitness?
The number one in group fitness is what Keith just said. It's really the community, making someone else smile, making someone else believe
Yeah.
in themselves, making themselves stronger. It's a powerful thing because progress is addicting, and having that strong community to build you up is everything. And that's why fitness studios in the Philippines are rising right now, and we are thriving because we have these people with us. So it wouldn't be for the movers, we wouldn't be here, right? And I think personally, I got into fitness as well because I grew up really performing. So I was always
Yeah.
singing, dancing, musical theater, and I always call myself like an entertainer because more than just teaching fitness, you're trying to inspire people to move and believe in themselves, even the ones that have not, started their fitness journeys. You
Yeah.
really try to reach out with these people, and you kind of have to perform. Like Keith knows what this means.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. I totally get you.
I
So,
love it. I love it.
I love how you both mentioned community talaga. I can only imagine because it seems like every fitness personality who I've got the chance to talk to always mentions the community and how it motivates you both to really strive. So before I talk about your individual jobs, can we just show their slides, their pictures lang? There you
Oh
go. I think
no!
did you have? Oh wow, you
Wow.
look so different, huh?
Oh yeah.
Was this when you were in
Yeah.
Netherlands, pa? When did you move here?
I moved here in 2012, I believe. No, I was living in the
2012.
Netherlands, and then I lived in Hong Kong in high school. And
Okay,
then I moved back
wow.
here in 2016, started college. And I
2016,
was
yeah.
just doing yoga and things like that. I think the middle photo here is about 2014 or 15, I believe.
Yeah.
And the one on the right, the green picture, is in 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then the one on the left is 2019 there.
So
I have not
Hannah,
upgraded my
how did
photos.
you by the way, pick boy Roskilio, sorry if I
Let's
didn't
go.
get that right.
Yeah, those are my
Pick
teammates.
go,
See?
Hannah. Let's go down. Okay, but Hannah, how did you like gradually develop that body or made parang got abs actually? That looks like abs. So how did you like do that? What workouts did you get into?
A lot of trial and error, let me tell you.
Trial
So
and error.
yeah, in the beginning, I was only doing cardio, and I got very, very skinny, like very, very. I
Yeah.
think I was about 47 kilos. And
Okay.
then, but after a while of just doing the same thing, you kind of need to spice it up and cross train. And that's when I got into strength training or weight training. I actually went on a bulk myself for 6 months. And
Yeah.
then I went on a
Wow.
cutting phase. I went on a maintenance phase. I played around with my diets. I played around with low carb. I
Yeah.
played around with calorie counting, macro counting, and eventually ended up in a place where I'm very comfortable with myself. So
Yeah.
something very balanced and
I
something
love that.
sustainable.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of weight training, of hit training, of any sort of cardio that I get into. So I made a routine for myself. I usually weight train for 4 times a week, and then I do some sort of cardio for twice a week. And I guess I eventually just got this body. I never entered fitness thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna look like this certain person, or I'm gonna get hard rock abs. I just loved it so much, and it just kind of happened. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy to look through these photos because I completely forget about
Yeah.
it myself, and I forget
Yeah.
to
Oh,
appreciate
that's cute.
how
Sorry.
far I've come.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like Ida,
Oh
we're
my
very proud.
gosh.
For kids naman, this is you. This
Nicole.
is your yes.
You should have chosen Hannah's photo with her butt. She has a
No, it's actually
I swear.
here.
maybe I should just
So
show it
I
live. I'm just kidding.
Why do you do that? Give us we can. So,
Hannah,
Hannah,
girl, your butt is beautiful.
these are the photos
Your butt
Hannah
is
gave me.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Ay, nako,
please,
oh
this
my
is
gosh.
Red Rev. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the left is at Bear Manila. Did I get that right? Bear
Yes,
Manila. Yeah.
yes.
And this is at Ride Rev. So
Yeah,
that's,
the one to the
that's
right.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Next
this is
slide.
the two studios I teach in talaga.
There's the
Oh,
studio at Ride Rev. So that's a preview
really,
of
that's
how
my favorite, bro.
Ride Rev. Ida
My
says,
favorite
wow,
bra everywhere.
Ida must be so supportive. She says, keep looking gorgeous.
She's the best. Hi, Ida.
And then next. Oh, wala na. So, thanks for giving us and showing us some of your photos. I'd like to ask, as instructors, you guys, we call it that way naman. Obviously, it's not something that you get good at right away, diba? It takes a lot of, like, I'm sure, training and skill developing, especially when you're teaching a class. That's obviously not something you pick up right away. So, I'd like to ask, how did you gradually develop your skills to actually conduct a class? Was it something that you both just picked up right away na, oh, this is what I'm good at and it came? Or was there a process na you had to do to get good at it? So maybe we can start with Keith.
For me, it was not an easy journey. It was something that was totally new to me.
Yeah.
Unlike siguro Hannah kasi is a performer so she's very much used to
Performer,
being
yeah.
in front of crowds, right? At
Yeah,
that
the
time, when I
Broadway
was training,
show.
yeah, I know. I wanted to get into that later. Yeah, but like unlike me kasi, I was really just, when I was training to become an indoor cycling instructor, I was just banking on the fact that I love spinning, but I had
Yeah.
no idea how to teach a class. So luckily, I had a really good team a really good team and really good coaches who were able to, help me get there. Hannah was of my teammates before, and she was one of the people who really helped me, mold me to, be the instructor I am right
Yeah.
now. So it's really more of again, I go back to the community
Yeah.
in the fitness industry because in fitness it's something, honestly, it's not something you can learn on your own. Like you really need good support system to help you in like the technical aspect of it,
Yes.
or even the emotional aspect of it as well. So
So
it's really
true.
the people who helped me get here.
Who pushed you talaga? How about you
Yeah.
naman, Hannah? How about you, Hannah? How did you gradually develop your talent to, like, perform? Or was it something na you knew how to do right away? You picked up pretty fast, like, because like what Keith mentioned nga, you were a
Mhm.
performer na, born performer. So
Yeah.
how was that?
I believe I started at 20 years old or 21. I was a baby back then. I'm 25 now. My voice was a lot
Hello, baby.
higher back then. That's why they call me Hannah Baby. Because when I got into fitness and teaching, I was really a baby. And for me, I took about 5 classes, and then an audition came in actually that weekend after that. I was on break here because I was studying abroad and I came back to Manila. And in the middle of that break, I took 5 classes, and then an audition came in, and I was like, you know what? I love this so much. I don't want to pay for it. I want to teach. And that was one of my driving factors. I love it, and I don't want to pay for it. And I think I can do it as well. And then I think music has always been a part of my life because I am radio DJ, and I got into musical theater when I was younger, that it felt very natural. I was not good at it right away though. I was very like shouty, so excited. And the more experience you gain, the more people you meet. And again, what Keith was saying, like the coaches and the teammates that you have that will help you, that really comes a long way. Yeah, and even if you're so discouraged and you feel like you can't anymore and you're so tired, the people around you are the ones that are gonna lift you higher. So I'm very grateful to have like the TMS coaches. They're actually watching right now, so thank you so much.
Yeah. I can see that.
Being-
Gianna Yabut says, go Hannah.
there.
So speaking of your classes and how you guys trained or worked yourself up there, I'd like to ask, how is it like to be in your classes? Maybe you can give a feel or the vibe of your class when you guys are there. Hannah, alam ko na paano sa'yo, I've tried it once, but can we just can you just give us a glimpse of how your classes are? Like maybe we can start with you, Hannah.
Okay, so the typical TMS class is what we call in the sweat cave, right?
Yeah.
Now we don't go there because we're in lockdown, but the typical one is we have the lights, we have the booming music,
Yeah.
and then we have 2 sets of treads, and then we also have a weights area, personal weights area, and then you switch midway through the classes. And nowadays, it's called the Sweat Home Extreme. So we work out in Zoom, which we have an interface of pre-recorded classes with the time here, and then the coach right here as a small little,
Yeah.
hey, you can do it. My classes are usually very energetic, fast-paced. I try not to take as much rest as possible if you don't need it, but I always give the opportunity to do so. I try to make my class very inclusive to all fitness levels, and most of all, good programming. Number 2, just to make them smile, be that breath of fresh air that makes them feel good every single day. That's really the key. Because you can
Yes,
work out by yourself. You can
definitely.
do the same
Yeah.
exercise by yourself, but you want to elevate your experience and feel good
Yeah.
about yourself with the people
That's
around
true.
you, right?
That's
Mhm.
true. Thanks for that, Hannah. That's beautiful. How about you naman, Skeet? How's the vibe like or the feels when one enters your Ride Rev class?
Yeah, okay. So for my class, I'd like to think that my music is basic, but it's not always like a bad thing naman. Yeah, it's super basic. Like
I love your
basic
music. I
like
love your music.
Yeah.
T Swift.
pop hit and pop. So
Yeah.
for those who like attend my class, what they really expect would be a lot of Taylor Swift for sure.
Yeah.
She's like my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
ever
She's
since.
released an album,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
So
know. It's
we
so
can expect
good.
that in your classes.
Yeah, I actually played like her songs during my class yesterday. So
Oh
they're
wow.
actually
That's
good
nice.
remixes na.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I usually play like a lot of pop. Mainly because number one, of course, I love, pop music. And I want something that's upbeat for my class. And for my riders also. So I try to make it a point that even if they're, struggling with the intense sprints or a lot of
Yeah.
like dance movements and jogs, they sort of like forget all that, craziness for a while, even for a while, and just, sing their hearts out if they want to. So it's like more of like, balancing all that intensity with some feel good, singable pop.
Yeah. Well, Miss Ida Parasig, well, there's nothing basic about you,
Yeah,
Steve.
she told me that also before. I was claiming
You're
that before, but like I'm basic, but okay, I'm not basic. I'm just a pop princess. Well,
Sarah
I
G is
like
shaking.
They're one of my fave classes, Hannah. But she's so supportive. I love it. So, since we tapped onto the fitness culture here in the Philippines, I'd like to ask, what are some of your siguro the challenging workouts and the workouts you enjoy the most? Siguro we can start with you, Hannah. Besides PMS, of course, what are some of the hardest workouts for you to do and siguro the ones you can do in a breeze?
Okay, so challenging workout for me, I think dancing. I
Dancing.
Yeah, I'm very not
Yes.
coordinated when it
Oh,
comes to that. Yeah,
I
no,
don't
I
believe
swear.
that. You always dance
I
in
get
your stories.
I always dance freestyle, but if there's a choreography, I get so panicked and like, what am I doing? Like
Yeah,
I've tried
parang
808
hard to pick up.
classes. Yeah, I've tried 808 classes and I have a lot of
I
friends that
get
teach
you.
there. And it's
Yeah.
amazing, but it's like I personally don't do it so well. So it's a
Yeah.
challenge for the
I feel
coordination.
you. Yeah.
What else? I've tried OCR before. That was a challenge
OCR is.
for me. It's the obstacle training when you're climbing a lot. My
Oh,
upper
okay.
body
Parang
was not
Spartan.
ready for
Yeah.
that. But it was a challenge that I super enjoyed and I'll definitely come back to. Something easy for me, I think weight training, cycling, hit, just because that's what I'm used to, right? Yeah. How about
How
you,
about you
Keith?
naman, Keith?
Yeah. For me, I'm not sure, but does hiking count? Does hiking
Hiking.
count as a workout?
Yeah,
I
of
suck
course.
at
Yeah.
hiking.
It's
Like,
hot,
oh my
dude.
gosh,
Yeah.
I can't do hiking talaga. I don't know, like I find it extremely challenging. Mainly because, it,
Yeah.
it takes a long time. And for me, because I'm so used to fast workouts, right?
Mhm.
So I guess I don't know, kasi maybe the only benchmark I have right now is like one hiking experience, which was a
Yeah.
struggle for me. So that was
Where
really
did
my
you
top
hike?
one.
Baka naman where you hike
Mount
was super
Mount
hard.
Naraitan. Yeah,
I haven't
I
heard of
hiked
that.
before in Mount Naraitan in Rizal. But also the thing is, it was raining at the time. I think the night
Oh
before.
no, that's worse.
Mm,
Yeah.
muddy then, muddy.
Yeah, it's so that workout is super implanted in my brain, so I can't even forget. So that was a struggle for me. So I guess like in general, like a lot of like outdoor activities.
Yeah.
But also one thing that challenges me a lot is also strength and conditioning. You know, like for me, even if I've been doing it for a while, I still, sometimes get a little bit challenged. I'm actually training right now with my partner. So my partner is actually a personal trainer. So she gives me all the workouts, and then she is an intense person. So she likes lifting a lot. So she tries to,
Shout
share
out to her.
So
Yeah.
parang, when I try it out, parang hindi ako nasasanay. Parang it's still
Yeah,
like super
yes.
hard for me. But, the after feeling of the
Yeah.
strength part is super fulfilling. So it's hard, but I like it.
You
And then
like it,
also like, yeah, similar to Hannah, something that's easy for me, of course, no brainer spinning, hit workouts can be easy for me also. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
for
the,
that,
the thing
Ethan.
with the easy thing for us, it's never really easy. Like what Keito's saying, it's constantly challenging to you, but it's just a stimulus that you're used to. So
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
for Keith, it's really cycling and movement or cardio, and for you naman, Hannah, it's really strength training and
yeah.
like lifting. I love it.
Mhm.
It's like opposite.
Yeah.
So, what I like about your story so far, as what I've realized, is that it's fitness or the community, being in the community, being exposed to different workouts, has really brought or opened doors for you both differently. Like you guys are already like conducting classes and then doing different workouts. I'd like to ask, what are some of the fitness quote unquote jobs? I don't know how you guys would like to call it, or fitness classes that you guys had the opportunity to teach already, or be part of. So maybe we can start with you, Keith.
You mean like apart from Bear and Rajev, wherever?
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
I eat?
yeah. Have you
Well,
gotten a different studio?
well, no naman. My first studio was really Rajev, followed by Bear Manila. Although I'm not sure if this counts, but for 2020, I've been teaching a few bootcamp classes. In my
Okay,
office,
yeah, that's
actually.
not,
So,
of course.
yeah, we have like wellness programs, so I get to
Yeah.
teach
Love
classes
it.
there. Yeah, there are also like organizations, fundraising organizations. I also come up with bootcamp classes for.
Yeah,
But yeah, so here and there, I get
yeah.
to share.
Did you ever think when you started like in Ride Rev or fitness in general, na you'd one day be hosting boot camp classes?
No, not at all. Like, I guess during first year of indoor cycling, I was like super fixated on that. Like,
Yeah.
of course, I
Mhm.
wanted to improve my skills there. I wanted to be,
Yeah.
I wanted to attract my riders. I want to build a community, and something like that. But after a year, I felt that I was ready to take on more. So
I love
that's when
that.
I started re-exploring, other fitness avenues for me to grow. So that's where bootcamp came in.
Nice. How about you naman, Hannah? What are some of the classes na you've taught na, or even like what she realized or what went through na parang she didn't expect to be
Mhm.
teaching boot camp one day and now here she is. So do you have you had situations like that, or do you find yourself in a situation like that?
I think I find myself in situations where I constantly have to improve myself and evolve and acquire new skills. So when I started Ride Revolution again, I was 20 or 21 years old. And so I really knew from that point on that I loved teaching so much, and that I had to
Yeah.
find avenues of me to better myself. So I got my certification from the American Council of Exercise, and then I
Oh
got
wow.
into personal training, and then I started teaching band classes, like resistance band classes in Rockwell Athletica. I just kept exploring, I just kept
Yeah,
learning
yeah.
and taking other studios classes in Manila and just trying to find the ones that fit me the best. And then that's when I got into the movement studio, which really had everything that I wanted, which is like cardio and strength and the community that I love. Apart from those sort of classes, I also do like personal brand deals because I'm a host as well. So I'm a host and
Daming racket.
trainer. Racket. Yeah, that's true. So I've had a lot of
So
brand
for
deals,
the
especially
brand looking for host, Hannah is
yeah.
here.
Yeah. No, especially because in the lockdown, everything was mostly online, right? And everyone put such an emphasis on fitness and health that it was just kind of like, oh, here's a host, here's a instructor as well. So that's a
Yeah.
really great thing for the fitness community in general. That's why nowadays people are realizing and recognizing the value of fitness studios. That's why we're still here, I think, right?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Thank you for bringing
Mm-hmm.
that up. I'd like to ask you guys, what is the biggest achievement you've had because of fitness? Like the moment where you were like, oh wow, I'm here because of fitness. Parang something that fitness brought you na you would never imagine ever in your life. Siguro we can start with you, Hannah.
For me, fitness has given me personal confidence, I think, and reassurance that I can
Exactly.
withstand anything. Because if you train
Yeah.
your hardest, you can handle anything. And a lot of people say like fitness studios or workouts are an escape from reality, and you try to get in this zone. For me personally, it's the opposite. For me, I'm training for life.
I
I'm
love
training to be
that.
stronger mentally and physically so I can withstand anything that comes my way. So I think personal
Yeah.
fulfillment is a big thing that fitness has
Personal
brought me.
fulfillment.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
also think again the community. I can't stop talking about the community.
Shout out to the community.
So it's so
Shout out to the
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you
also
for that.
like
That's really
I'm
beautiful.
confident. Yeah, I'm confident that the community got me and I got them. That sort of thing.
How about you naman, Keith?
Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest achievement or the biggest door fitness opened up for you na you never thought you would ever see that growing up or foresee that rather?
Well, it's also similar to Hannah in terms of like, boosting my confidence. It's sometimes like the skills and the confidence that I build, within bike room or when I teach actually goes beyond. So I get to apply it at work. I get to be
Yeah,
more
I love that.
confident when
Yeah.
I present in business presentations and whatnot. It also, I'd like to think that it also helps me with my interpersonal skills. I get to talk to people better. I get to relate to people better, which is actually pretty cool. A pretty important skill when you're in the
Yeah,
business
for
world,
sure.
diba? But one
Yeah.
like super important thing that I learned, or something that I learned, or something that I can apply, would be multitasking. Because actually, multitasking is a huge it's one of my huge weaknesses. Like I cannot do a lot of things all at once talaga. But when you're teaching, you're actually forced to multitask. So sometimes
Yeah,
kasi like
for
you're
sure.
teaching, you're on your bike, and then when we were, like back in the studios, so you have to think of a lot of things. You have to think of your playlist, you have to think of your mic, you have to watch out for your 40 riders there to make sure that no one's getting injured. You have to use the light spa. So there are like 10 different things going on, and you're the head of it. So you have to always be on top of your
You have
game
to,
when you're
yes.
teaching, right? So that's something that I learned, or at least I was forced to learn, when I was training, and it's something that I'm able to apply at
Yeah.
work also.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought both up na the values or quote unquote characteristics na you picked up from your jobs in the fitness field, because obviously in sports and fitness in general, there are things you pick up na you can apply to your everyday life, not just like your career, no. So while there are achievements and the characteristics or the values you picked up from fitness, I'm pretty sure naman all jobs has its, challenges or more of like obstacles na you guys have to constantly face or get through. I'd like to ask, for your job, what are some of the obstacles you face on, I wouldn't say daily basis, but regular basis na sometimes you say, okay, I have to beat this. Parang, what are those situations na you guys encounter in your job? Siguro we can start with you, Keith.
For me, the biggest obstacle that I constantly encounter would be time management.
Time
As you know, I have a full-time job. So
Yeah,
that's a
for
nice time.
sure.
Sometimes it even extends to 7 p.m. So it really depends
Oh,
on the workload
where's
that I
your
have.
full-time job at?
I work in Lazada, so e-commerce.
Ah, you work at
It gets
Lazada.
crazy.
So,
Lalo na
mga
when we have
12,
those,
12, 11, 11 must be
yeah.
really busy
Oh my
for
God.
you. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's a perfect example, actually, Nicole. And it actually just
Yeah.
happened to me last week. So,
Yeah.
last
I know
week,
kasi,
we were preparing
I know
for the
some
12
people,
sale.
yeah, go ahead, sir. I know kasi
Yeah,
some people who work at Lazada, Shopee, and they tell me sobrang stressful ang 11, 11, 10, 10. So I can imagine how that is for you.
The horror stories are true. So it's crazy, especially during like a few days before the campaign. So this actually
Yeah.
just happened to me last week when we were preparing for the 12/12 sale. I had a 7:15 class, and it was in Greenbelt because we host our classes in Greenbelt in the studio. That's where we film.
Oh,
Right?
already you're open na
No naman. We just use
Oh.
the studio to film.
to film. Okay, yes.
Yeah, so that's where I host the classes. I live in Parañaque, right? So
Yeah.
things got super hectic at work. I had to stay on my desk until 6 p.m. I'm from Parañaque, right? So
Yeah, the traffic
like
pa.
all the anxiety of being late for class was there. So it was a little bit of a struggle to, make things happen. So that's something that that I'd like to think I have to live with and make it work talaga. So it's all
Yeah.
about, managing
management.
my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks for that, Keith. How about you naman, Hannah? What are some of the obstacles you face?
Following Keith's time management thing, I think that for me, because my time is so unpredictable also, like sometimes I have
Yeah.
small projects and other things that it's sometimes hard to schedule classes. And then because I wake up so early sometimes and our classes are at night, I also have lack of sleep or low energy at that point. So it's also like time management and energy management because everything that I do requires performance and talking and being on all the time. And sometimes it gets tiring and some days I'm not in the mood to teach just because I'm on my period or I'm feeling down
That's
that
true,
day.
yeah.
So I think like you just have to also remind yourself of the people who are going to be there, and that's the only hour of their day that they're willing to work out and they have time to work out, so you perform 100% no matter what.
Yeah, that's true. I can imagine. Thanks for that, Hannah.
Mhm.
So before we go on break, I'd like to ask you guys for advice for those that want to get into the fitness field, like how you guys are in today. What would you say to someone who perhaps wanna one day host their own class, like you both? Here we can start with you, Hannah. What would you tell someone? Or if it were me, for example, what would you tell?
All right. So if you, Nicole, want to start teaching in a fitness studio or anybody else listening, I
Yeah.
think finding something that you enjoy is key, because never force yourself into a workout that you don't enjoy. So find something you enjoy, find something that is effective for your fitness level, for your fitness goal, find a workout that you believe in personally, and work. Find that discipline to take as many classes as you want, get your certification if you can, or just read as much as you can about the topic, watch videos on how people conduct themselves on YouTube, and just like experience, just try to put yourself out there and audition and learn from other people, find good mentors. That's a big thing for me. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Hannah. How about you naman, Keith?
Well, for me, I would just say, take a leap of faith. Don't be scared to try something new. Mainly because, based on experience, that's exactly what I did. I just decided to try out something new in fitness. I loved it. Similar like what Hannah said, I did everything I can to be really good at it, at the craft. And then from there, when you have an opportunity to just, go for it, just don't think, just, jump on it, and then, it'll happen if it's for you.
If it's meant for you, I like how you both really tap onto like going for it, putting yourself out there, taking a leap. So Thanks for that. And we'll hear more from Keith and Hannah. Meanwhile, let's first take a break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Sportswatch, only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook at V81 Radio Manila. Simple lang, itype lang ang letter V81 Radio Manila. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na. Want to see who will bring home the win? Get ready for Napalm Music Awards. Now back to Sportswatch, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Okay, we're back here at Sportswatch with our guest fitness personalities, Ride Rev instructor and Bear Manila instructor Hannah, and the Movement Studio instructor the Movement Studio instructor Hannah and Ride Rev and Bear Manila instructor Keith.
Remix.
Sorry, I understand that. My bad. So again, going back, Keith is the Bear Manila and Ride Rev instructor, and Hannah is the Movement Studio instructor. So you both, kanina we tapped into your fitness journeys. No, I'd like to ask, outside fitness naman, what else are you guys into? Like Keith, kanina you had mentioned na you're also you also work a retail e-commerce job, no? So what else are you both into? Siguro we can start with you, Hannah.
Okay, go Hannah.
Me, I'm a DJ at Magic. I was a junior jock when I was 17 years old. So I've been here a while. I'm into hosting as well, voiceover work. I do like commercial voiceovers. Anything that has to do with voice, I'm there. What else? That's not fitness related. I like baking. I don't know. I like to bake cookies. I love cookies. And I don't know. Who am I without fitness?
She's all about the grind, Nicole. Work lang.
I know. It's actually remarkable. It's inspiring. I can't get over it. It's 4 a.m.
I watch the Vikings now on Netflix. That's what happened now. What else? I like to sleep. Keith, I think you're more interesting than me.
And no, you both are really interesting. You can get your Netflix.
Take it away.
How would you naman, Keith? Can you top Hannah's interest? I'm kidding.
Hannah kasi has a lot of rackets.
Yeah, I can
play. Yeah, but for me,
my interests are my careers. That's why.
Yeah,
that's
careers.
That's a really good thing.
Yeah, for me, I have a full-time job in e-commerce. I teach part-time fitness, but also we actually have a quarantine baby business for me and my sisters. We actually have a food business. So we have it online. It's called mnl.taco club. So we sell taco bakes. Yeah.
So for those who want tacos for Christmas, please go to Instagram.com mnl.tacobake. So
Taco
that's
Club.
Taco Club, sorry. And then you guys sell taco bake.
Yeah.
So, I noticed a while ago that you guys had mentioned the fitness community a lot in terms of how it really drove you both to be where you both are today. So I'd like to tap more into the fitness scene here in the Philippines. What's your take on it? Do you think it's still something that's constantly growing pa, or has it fully developed? Is it larger now more than before. So how is it like? Siguro we can start with you, Keith.
Well, for me, I think the fitness industry is like extremely evolving fast. Like,
Yeah.
what's really good about the industry is that it's so quick to adapt, especially for
Yeah.
group fitness classes. You
Truly.
know how pre-COVID, everything was like, everything was in the studio, everything physical, contact related. When we had the lockdown, it's the businesses were really hit bad, but it's
Mhm.
really great because in the fitness industry we have like really great minds who try to make it
Mm-mm.
work even amid the pandemic. So I guess that's where the online fitness classes were really born, and it's actually really booming right now. A lot of people are
Truly.
taking live classes. We also have on-demand classes in Ride Revolution as well as
Yeah.
other fitness studios. Because of course sometimes for live classes, it's
Yeah.
hard, somewhat to catch the time. So another innovation that the fitness industry has really brought to us is, like making these classes work depending on your timeline, depending on your availability. That's where on demand comes in. So I guess it's something that is again constantly evolving, and I'd like to think no parang we're still scratching the surface. There's still a lot
Mhm.
that we can
To work
come
on,
up
yeah.
with as we go,
Yeah.
because for sure this won't be like as we approach 2021, it's not going to be like the last of the online class
Yeah.
what do you call this
For sure.
generation, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be part of the new normal, so we're still going to
For
have
sure.
to come up with new things or new ways to do things and make things interesting.
Yes, yes. How about you naman, Hannah? How would you evaluate the fitness scene here in the Philippines? Like you had mentioned kanina, you've been doing Ride Rev since your early 20s, right? Or you did Ride
That's
Rev
right.
in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Yes. So from there to now, how would you evaluate the fitness community here in the Philippines? Oh, sorry, fitness scene,
Um,
the
I
growth of
think
the fitness scene.
let's focus on group fitness because that's where we
Yeah,
both
yeah.
stand
You
here.
both are, yeah.
And back when I was starting out, I think it was still starting out, like 2 or 3 years of that sort of group fitness, and it kind of felt weird and new at the time. I think indoor cycling and yoga kicked it off, Forma, all these other studios. So we are constantly evolving, and there are so many workouts out there. We have just scratched the surface, as what Keith was saying. I think when the lockdown happened, we were forced into evolving with the times, or else you're out. You,
Yeah.
you know what I
For
mean?
sure. I can imagine. Yeah.
Evolve or close. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. So we all
Yeah.
had to hustle. And the great part about this is everyone was on the same playing field. We were going through the same thing. And I think
Different thing.
with that, we actually found strength with each other. And I think we grew as a fitness community together. In the first few months of lockdown, we actually had, in the Movement Studio, had this powwow with Electric Studio. We had a powwow with B2B Pilates and Elevate slow resistance training.
Yeah.
So we had a powwow where we discussed with the CEOs there and the boss ladies, and we were mentioning how we are in this together. This is not the
Yeah.
time to one up each other. This is not the time to bring up so much competition. This is the time to lift each other up and
Come
really
together,
motivate
yeah.
each other as a community to make this bigger for all of us. And I think that it comes with a lot of trial and error, but as long as we are strong as a community and people also see the value in fitness and wellness, because we are in a pandemic right now, we're here to stay and we're here to evolve with everybody out there to make it a better experience.
I love that. That sounded like a speech.
You know what? It's from my heart. It's from my heart. It's true
Yeah.
though. And
I
I get
love
so
it, yeah.
emotional. I get so emotional talking about it because I think like people think that the fitness community is so competitive and we're up in each other's throats, but in reality we just share a similar goal of fitness and bringing that to the people, finding something that you enjoy and giving the best possible product out there, and all the studios are doing the exact same thing for their product. So I think being true to your product will make you go far in this industry.
Yeah, got it. Thank you
Yeah.
for that, Hannah. That was well said. Keith, for you naman, for Ride Rev, or you personally, how did you adjust to when COVID hit? How did you adjust to the situation? How did you adapt for both Ride Rev and personally and fitness? Diba, syempre, you're so used to going to the studio, like what you had mentioned,
Yeah.
pre-COVID, diba? Parang you'd go to the studio, get your workout in, obviously, and so it was fixated na. But when COVID hit, or after COVID hit rather, or it's still going on, how did you guys adapt or adjust to the time?
Yeah. For Ride Rev, I'd like to think that they were actually very agile and really quick to adapt.
Yeah.
So when we hit lockdown in March, I guess easily like a month after, the team was already able to release, like the launch of Zoom classes. So we were already actually live at that time.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
shortly after, we also have on-demand classes. And one big initiative that Rajev also had is that they also went into boot camp classes. So it's also sort of like part of the expansion strategy that the brand has.
Yeah.
And COVID or the lockdown was a really good opportunity to, bring that in, like just so that like we also give our riders the opportunity to try different workouts with us.
Yeah.
We were also able to launch a yoga. So we also have now live yoga, boot camp, and spin classes all in one platform. So I'd like to think that in terms of evolving, yes, we were able to bring everything online, but it was also a matter of expanding it and giving more, assortment and options for, the people out there to try it out. And then for my personal life naman, actually pre-COVID, I spent a lot of time also in the gym.
Yeah.
I usually go there like after class. After both my spinning and work, I usually go hit the gym even on weekends. So
Yeah.
when the gyms close, I'm sure Hannah already knows how she felt at that time. My routine was, like completely rattled. Like I didn't know what to do.
I can imagine, yeah.
Diba? And then
Yeah.
when you're at home, like especially during the first month, I didn't have any equipment with me. So we had at least for me, I had to use like I had to do like body weight exercises. I had to use odd objects to lift. There was a point I think that I had to use a water gallon to do squats because I didn't have any weights, right? So eventually I had to invest in equipment. I had to buy my own mat. I got adjustable dumbbells just to make it work because I don't want to let
Yeah.
go of my progress. So
For
in a
sure,
sense,
for
I'd like to
sure,
think I was able to adapt and
yeah.
come up with
Yeah.
my own home gym.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. So,
Yeah.
do you guys have an idea now on how how fitness classes would be conducted, perhaps maybe next year or in the future? Do you both think na it'll stay what it is currently now, where it's held online, or you have boot classes, or what like Keith mentioned a while ago, on-demand classes? So, what do you foresee fitness will be like in the future? Maybe we can start with you, Hannah.
For opening the studio, I'm not so sure because that's the government's choice. And
Yeah.
if the vaccine comes here and everybody feels comfortable enough, we are happy to open. But before that, I think the health of everybody is our top priority. So if that's
Sure.
not
Yeah.
available yet and people are uncomfortable in going, we will still continue our online classes, which is the Sweat Home Extreme and the Burnout classes. We just launched that as well following the evolution of TMS. The burnout class is actually a class where you do 45 minutes of cardio with any cardio
Yeah.
equipment that you have. So that's body weight, jump rope, rowing, cycling, and things
Do
like
you need
that.
to
Just
have
to
those equipment, Hannah? Do you need to
you can
have those
also
equipment?
do body weight exercises, and the Sweat Home Extreme is just dumbbells or kettlebells. In fact, we were actually the first one that started charging for classes, and it was a very scary thing, because what if people were like, oh my goodness, they're making the most out of this
Yeah.
pandemic, they are capitalizing on this. But then once we started doing it, everybody started doing it, and there is really value in the product. I think that's what made us comfortable in charging for it, and people started embracing it and adding it into their routines. And As for my personal workout evolution or something, that's what Keith was saying in the beginning of the lockdown. I was actually using water jugs as well, like the big blue ones na may handles sa edges, and then you open up the spout. I was deadlifting with that, and then finding like luggage, books, whatever. And then as the lockdown progressed, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy my own gym equipment. Yeah, I got like a squat rack and barbells and dumbbells. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Thanks for that, Hannah. So a while ago in the first segment, you guys talked about the importance of balancing your time. I think Keith, it was you who mentioned time management, no? So for fitness kasi, some people, they would say na perhaps there are days na they don't have time for it, especially for those na who are working like every single day, no? So I'd like to ask, how do you both manage your time well? Although you guys had said na it's an obstacle. For you both, diba, you have different jobs. Like I'm pretty sure that's jumping from one field to another. How do you both get to manage your time wisely? And still find a way to prioritize fitness? Can we start with you, Keith?
Well, for me, as much as possible, I try to make it a point that I close my laptop at 6 p.m. So whatever
6
happens
p.m.
after 6 p.m.,
Yeah.
it's tomorrow's
Wala na.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like essentially it's the same thing when you're working in the office, right? So when you have your desktop there, you'd leave the office at 6 and then you just, come back for it the next day, as long as, you're done with all your deliverables for the day.
Yeah.
The thing about working from home is that sometimes work goes, parang it blends with your personal time and your personal life. And sometimes you can't help it, right? I mean, it's just so convenient because your living room, like for example, in my case, my living room is also my work desk, and it's like easily accessible, right? So I'd like to think like along with time management, it's also about discipline on when to put a stop to it for now in terms of like work, or like putting that divide and making time for yourself also. So when I can, and as much as possible, I really, close my laptop at 6. I put on my workout clothes and I, hit
Just
my
go with it.
home
Yeah.
gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, when I still have the energy and if I really have to work, that's when I, come back for it after my workout.
Yeah.
But it's,
Yes.
like it's already part of my lifestyle. It has been one of my non-negotiables in my life. So, and I don't want to completely lose myself while I'm working from home, right? So it's also for my sanity. Yeah.
For sure. Thanks for that. How about you naman, Hannah, as a DJ, someone who really wakes up early, like wakes up Manila.
Yeah, wakes up Manila.
Yeah, someone who hosts and does many different things. How do you manage your time and still prioritize fitness while you're at it?
I think that having a daily routine, as what Keith said, is key. For me, working out is like brushing my teeth. I have to do it, It's a set schedule for myself. I have to do it for myself. I have to do it for the people I teach, because how can I teach or inspire others if I can't even do it to myself? I always think like that. So it has to start with me. I have to be the best version of myself, because I am always performing and I'm always talking to others and I'm always hosting and I'm always sharing my own energy, and prioritizing my own energy and my well-being, mental and physical health is number one for me, just so I can be a better person for other people. I also mentioned earlier that I have made my passions my career, which I'm very, very grateful to have. So for me, it's not like a hassle to integrate fitness because it is part of my life. And finally, I don't actually work that much, guys. I'm pretty sure in hours of the day, Keith works way harder than me. So I'm very grateful. I work like 3 or 4 hours a day, but it's very like intense, 3 or 4 hours a day. But after that, I'm kind of chilling. So
So your
listen
day
to
is
Keith more
you.
about time management. and my day is according to my schedule. So I make my own schedule, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah.
And I think it also depends on how you like what you do. So I'm pretty sure for you both, you enjoy doing what you like. So hindi siya parang, you have to do this. Like you don't mind squeezing it in your day and just going through it, diba?
Yeah.
I love that. So Sorry, go ahead, Anna.
No, go ahead. Sorry,
No,
I'll
go
say
ahead,
it
go
later.
ahead.
Okay.
No, you can say it now.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, I'll say it because I might forget. Whenever
Don't hold
people say like, you know what, fitness, I want to kill myself tomorrow. I ate so much. I feel disgusting. I want to murder myself. But a lot of people tell me, like, as a coach, they're like, can you kill me tomorrow for your class? I really need to burn X amount of calories. And it's such a dangerous mindset for me. I think that fitness is such a good thing. It makes you feel good. It makes you stronger. It makes you better. It makes you everything. It's just so good for you. And when you associate words that are negative towards it, you're changing that mindset for yourself, and that's very unhealthy. Yeah, I just had to say that. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks for that, Hannah. So, I like what Hannah mentioned a while ago. You really put your time and effort and the importance of making your day filled with like what you do, like how she made it her career, diba? She has fun with what she does with her career. So for fitness wise, do you guys see yourself doing this in a long, not to add pressure, just like top of your head lang. Do you guys see yourself in the field of fitness for a long time? And if so, what are your long-term goals for yourself? Do you set that, or do you guys just take it day by day lang? So maybe you can start with you, Keith.
Yeah. For me, I like to think that it's something that I see in the long run. As I think I've mentioned a few times, I get bored easily with the things I do. So for sure,
Are you also
I
Sagittarius?
can't tell for certain right now, but for sure, I'm gonna find something new to do. You know, like something that I want to learn a little bit more of. But for sure, fitness will always be part of my lifestyle. It's something that I definitely want to sustain. Especially indoor cycling. It's something that I really want. It's something that's really close to my heart. But yeah, it's something I want to learn and sustain a little bit more, of course, in the future.
Yes. How about you, Hannah? Do you see yourself in the field of fitness in the long run, or is it something you're taking day by day lang?
I think I just want to master all different forms of fitness that I ever get into. So there's no really age limit for fitness professionals. I think I'm here to stay for the long haul and to evolve with the times wherever I'm headed, just because I know that I love performing and teaching others. So wherever that takes me, I'm going to stay there.
Thanks. So for the ones who just want to get into fitness like right now, what would you encourage them to do, especially now where it's COVID? I understand that majority of things are done online and whatnot. So how would you advise someone or encourage someone to get into fitness like how you guys did right now at this time? What are the things they can do, or who can they even follow or check out? So maybe Hannah, we can start with that.
Okay.
What would you tell a young fitness enthusiast who wants to get into the field, like just wants to expose themselves to fitness, not necessarily be an instructor, but just wants to put themselves out there? Yeah.
I think, as I was mentioning earlier, finding a workout that makes you excited to wake up in the morning. So that is key. Never force yourself into a workout that makes you feel uncomfortable. Find a studio or a person or a coach that will inspire you to be better. I think asking for help, especially when you're starting out, is key. Plan your schedules accordingly. So if you're working or if you're still in school, make sure to integrate as much as you can in your schedule. So even if it's just 10 minutes, even if it's just 20 minutes of your day, as long as you're moving, that's better than nothing. Try to set that schedule in your phones or in your laptop so you have nothing else, no excuses but to do it, And again, find a community that empowers you to feel good about yourself, because you're not alone in this fitness journey, and it might seem like it, but if you find that inspiration from someone else, then go ahead. Just start. We accept you.
Yeah, you guys can follow Hannah. Thanks for those tips, Hannah. How about you naman, Keith? What advice would you give someone?
Yeah, I guess I'll just build on what Hannah said. Yeah, I'll just build on what Hannah said about, just making time for it. That's actually one of the most important things
Mhm.
that you have to do. Because, like how the usual excess of fitness is that, oh, I don't have time, oh, I'm too tired, oh, I'm too busy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just have to have discipline, right? To just, do it and get into it. And then also one really good thing, that in the fitness studio actually is that you have so many options and like so many studios that have like
Truly.
super like a huge variety and like different styles, different vibes. So it's just a matter of like finding your vibe in the different
Find your
studios and
tribe.
all the
You know the
find your
vibes. Yeah.
tribe, right? Diba?
Yeah.
So
Eva
that's
Foreste,
actually
great one. Rock on.
yeah. You just have
Go
to like
Pete.
find your community, find your tribe, find something like find that fitness studio that like you really vibe with, diba? So there's actually a lot now, and it's actually made easier, especially now in 2020 because everything's online,
Online,
right?
no?
So
So it's actually more accessible.
yeah,
That's the advantage of
exactly.
things. So thanks for that. Do you both have upcoming classes or what you guys are gonna do perhaps for the next few weeks? If so, maybe we can get it out there. So those that wanna get into fitness, like what we had mentioned kanina, can check you guys out. You have upcoming classes. Where can they find you? Hannah, you na lang go first.
Okay, so you can find us themovementstudio.ph for more classes. I'm not entirely sure if I have class next week because I have not checked.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's Christmas season. But you can find any MC. That's what we call movement coach there, and they're gonna give you an amazing class. I promise you that because programming is really the key for us. So any class that you'll take in the movement studio has really good programming, even if it's burnout or sweat home extreme classes. We have classes every Monday up until Saturday. So you can join us 2 classes a day. And we also have a free trial. So you can try that. 3
Yes,
free classes if you sign up. Something to look forward to for the beginners out there, just to kick off your journey, right?
Yeah. How about you naman, Keith? For those that want to kick off their journey, where can they find you or perhaps maybe attend the classes you've attended before, maybe you're conducting also?
Right. So I actually had my last class for this year yesterday.
Okay.
But you can
Yeah.
still catch me on-demand classes. So Ridev has a few on-demand videos for boot camp as well as for spinning. It's also easily accessible in the website. But also, we have a lot of live classes all throughout the day from Mondays through Sundays. From all the different instructors in Ride Revolution. We actually have a promo right now. It's unlimited Zoom and on-demand classes for 1 month at 5,000 pesos. So that's actually like a lot of classes. So everything at your own time, whatever you're available to work out. That's everything's like available there. Bernilla also has a few classes. Also 700 per week. It's super easy to access them. You can just message them on Instagram to sign up for it.
Yes. Thanks for that, Keith.
Yeah.
So last question before I throw it off to break. You guys have obviously found your passion for fitness at perhaps maybe at a young age, your adult life. So what advice would you both give someone to find their calling or a hobby they want to get exposed to or maybe their passions in life? It doesn't have to be fitness. Like, how would you encourage someone, to get moving, to chase that goal? Like how you guys eventually did. Maybe we can start with you, Keith.
Yeah. For me, it was really, or at least based on my
On your
experience and my
experience,
fitness
yeah.
journey. Yeah, everything was like trial and error, especially during the first few months I got into fitness. So I mentioned na I tried boxing, I tried to run for a while. Eventually, as you do more things, you'll find something that, if, that'll click with you. That's something that you'll love automatically. And some, like a skill that you really want to hone in the next few months. So I guess it's just really, get started is really the first step. Don't be scared to try new things. Yeah, and again, make time.
Yeah, makes time. Thanks for that, Keith.
Yeah.
Hannah, question was, how would you encourage someone to find their passion for something? Doesn't really have to be fitness, but obviously, like you have, like, I like how you constantly mentioned kanina na you have fun with your career or with the field you're
Mm-hmm.
in. Like those are your hobbies, diba? I love that. So how would you encourage someone to find their calling or their
Mm-hmm.
hobby they can actually pursue, like how you eventually
Yeah.
did?
I think that as we evolve, our passions truly change and we evolve. We learn from other people, we gather wisdom from other things. So I think that just knowing your personal skills, what you're good at, and honing them, and then finding a career path or an industry that you will thrive in. Because for me, like passionate about something could change in a couple of years. So know your skills, cultivate those skills, and find an interest industry that will accept you. That's it. I mean, I'm not like that dreamy
That was
about
well
it.
said. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
well said. Find your skills, cultivate it, and use it wisely. I love that. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
Hannah. With that, I'd like to throw it to break. We'll be back with Hannah in.
We'll be back shortly. This is Sports Watch, only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Are you ready to explore a new kind of music? Yung bang kakaiba na hindi mo pa napapakinggan, mga bagong artist? Nagugulat sa inyo sa kanilang awit at tugtugan. Discover them, hear them in Napalm Hour. Ang Napalm ay ang new all-Pinoy alternative music source na para sa kakaibang musika. Alternative artists and bands all the time. Catch them at Napalm Hour. Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon to 1 p.m. and 8 to 9 p.m. Streaming live on V81 Radio mobile app. Kaya i-download mo na for free. Now na! The holidays can seem draining with all that is going on. It is doubly difficult because we all miss our usual means of support, the comfort of gathering with friends and family, and worship services that are part of our traditions. We are here for you through it all. We wish you endurance, strength, good health, positive mind, and as much as happiness as these times can allow. This pandemic year has shown us what we can bear. May this coming year remove all this negative energy and enlighten our lives instead. Merry Christmas and a positive new year to come from V81 Radio, Manila. Now back to Sports Watch, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Okay, we're back here at Sports Watch with our guest, the Movement Studio instructor Hannah and Ride Rev and Bear Manila instructor Keith. There we are. I think Hannah's a bit cut off, but sorry, Keith is naka-cut off. So for the next segment, we'll have to wait muna for her to get back since it's a rapid fire segment. There she is.
There we go. She's back.
Hi. Hi. I was gonna ask about Hannah personal question, but since you're back, Keith, we can proceed with what we call in the show as the rapid fire. Actually, a lot of my guests say this is the hardest segment. So we'll see how you both
Let's
do.
see.
Just tell me lang the first word that comes in your head. Super easy lang. Ready? Okay.
Who goes first? How do we just shout? They're
Yeah,
just like,
okay.
"Ah!"
Just shout it. Yeah, just say
Okay.
it. Unahan. Joke. Okay, game. I think I asked you this na kanina, but it's in the line of questions. So, favorite type of workout? If you had to choose
Weights.
one lang.
Weight training.
Weight training.
Yeah.
Hit.
Hip.
Hardest workout for you?
Dancing.
Dancing, you both. Game. So, favorite song you guys like to listen to while working out?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Me for sure, Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
How
Wait,
about
I'm
you?
looking through my playlist right now. You know what? I'm kind of into K-pop right now, huh? I'm into
K-pop.
Blackpink now.
A lot of people are into K-pop, no? BTS
Yeah.
ba yun?
Has that been the
Blackpink.
has that been the
Blackpink.
playlist you've been playing on your classes, Hannah? black belt?
I put a mix actually. I put a lot of ratchet, hip hop,
Right.
EDM. I have a range because I love all music because of my job.
Love
Depends
it.
on the mood.
Okay, biggest supporters in your life.
My
My
partner.
family.
And my
Your
family.
partner.
I've been supporting her
My
there.
cat.
Lol.
My cat.
Your cat. You want to show your cat? You wanna
She's
bring
in
your
bed
cat?
right now. No, because I have a
Okay.
lot of mess right now, but she's cute. Promise.
When was the last time you both taught a class?
Yesterday.
Last
Yesterday.
Tuesday. Last
Last
Tuesday.
Tuesday for Hannah. Favorite experience your career has brought you to?
Talk. Ano, favorite experience.
Favorite experience? I don't know. Every day is just good. I can't. I can't tell.
I know. I
Yeah,
can't
like-
narrow it down to like one.
Yeah, and it's like every class is
It's
good, and
daily.
every class has different types of people. So I can't choose like I like those set of people better. I like this.
Yeah.
I like them all. I like them all.
Yeah.
I think I like my first ever class in the movement studio. I taught the first ever class. That was a memorable experience for me. Because that was a challenge. yeah.
Oh, I was your
Yeah,
Oh, how was it
yeah,
like
we-
teaching your first
We,
class?
we
Was it
only
like
we on well we only started we only started the studio in 2019. Was it June or July 2019? And I actually kicked off the first ever class in the movement studio. And it's very scary because we teach simultaneously the tread and the floor, right? And we do it on the beat and we do it by time. So I think it was memorable for me because it was so scary to teach something new. And it was also exhilarating because like it's a new thing, it's fun, and it's a challenge. Yeah.
How did it go? Did it go well naman?
It went well, I guess. We're still here, so I'm still teaching there. So I think it went well. Yeah, it
How
was the
was
challenge that
it?
I needed.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Hannah, Ida para says do the body challenge daw.
Maybe later in the commercial.
The commercial. There you go.
Dead.
There! Not bad. How about you naman, Keith? Favorite experience your fitness career has brought?
I guess my favorite memory would probably be my 100th ride. That was
Your what?
last
Sorry?
year.
Your,
My
your,
100th ride.
oh, your 100
My 100th ride. Yeah. So I had it before. It was actually really memorable for me because it was a themed ride. It was movie musicals, Hannah. Lol.
Yay!
So super madrama. Yeah, and I super remember it because I cried. Lol, kadire. I cried
Nice.
because the class at the time was super fun. I remember that my riders at that time I didn't know them. Like my usual regular riders because they are in a different studio. So I taught this one. And there were a lot of strangers, but like for some reason we all connected as, like one big class, and they were all like super supportive and fun. And yeah, it was super memorable. And the theme was so fun. So yeah, one of my favorites easily.
What was the theme?
Movie musicals.
Movie
So
musical.
High School Musical,
Greatest Showman.
Showman, for
Hairspray.
sure.
That's fun. Yeah. Fill in the
Alam mo
blank.
yun.
Next question.
What?
Fill in the blank. Fitness for you both is
Life.
life.
What again? Sorry, Nicole, I didn't catch it. Oh
No
my
worries.
God.
Fitnesses.
Fitness for you is
It's fun.
I love that. Okay.
It's fun.
Three values / characteristics you picked up, or lessons rather, you picked up from fitness.
Confidence,
Wow.
discipline, and honesty.
Love
Like
that.
staying authentic to yourself. Authenticity there.
Authentic.
Yeah.
How about you naman, Keith? The three values.
Consistency, discipline, and self-love. For sure.
This one naman. Hannah, for you, Keith is fill in the blank.
Keith is Love. Keith is love. Keith is amazing. Keith is talented.
And then Keith, for you naman, Hannah is
Hannah is poppin'.
popping.
Hannah has
Hello?
a big one.
Are we there? Did she say Keith
Yes,
is
but-
blank? Because
No,
I
sorry.
own.
Sorry. No. Hannah, hello,
No,
sorry.
she's asking Hannah.
She said
No, I
Hannah
said you're
is
popping.
popping.
Hannah's poppin', and she has a big booty. She has a big
Mhm.
heart.
The
That-
bigger the booty, the bigger the heart.
Mhm.
Next question is, who is your fitness inspiration?
Ida Paras, she's listening right now.
Yes,
It's my info.
so it's Ida Paras. Shout out to Ida Paras. Okay, we'll be back to wrap things up. Let's take a break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Sportswatch, only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Pagpatak ng 7, dapat lahat nakatutok sa amin. Catch these programs at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Talk Shop Asia Global, USA Edition, with Rolly Pagaspas and Rosario Cajucom Brad Perry. Home Not Alone, Sounds from Home, with Papa Gio. And Freedom in Christ, with Felsen. It's all about entrepreneurship, entertainment, and enlightenment. Back-to-back-to-back programs at 7. LA at 7. LA at 7. Exclusively on V81 Radio, Los Angeles. Kabayan, nahuhumsik ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang Tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Now back to Sportswatch, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Okay, we're back here at Sports Watch with our guests, Keith and Hannah. Hannah and Keith, before I let you both go, I'd like to ask, can you share some encouraging words lang lastly to those that are trying to just get into fitness in general, like those who want to start but are still struggling to do so? What can you and how do you encourage them to, get grooving, especially since you know how New Year resolutions come with the new year, and a lot of people like put fitness as top of their priority, especially now where we have to take good care of our health. Can you share some encouraging words to perhaps someone who's just internally struggling to find that groove or get themselves moving? Siguro we can start with you, Keith.
Yeah. Well, I guess for me, I would say na, always try something new. Don't be afraid, or don't get intimidated by fitness. Fitness is actually there to help you not only physically but also mentally and emotionally. For me, it has really been a lifestyle. It has become part of me, and something that I can't, let go at all. So it'll always be part of me. And once you get into that, once you find your groove in fitness, always remember why you started. Always remember your goals and don't let that go. And, just continue to work on it until you achieve it.
That's great. Thank you for that, Keith. How about you, Hannah? Take the floor. What would you encourage someone? How do you encourage someone internally struggling to get themselves grooving,
Mhm.
or just to encourage someone to put fitness in the top of their priority for
Mhm.
their New Year's resolutions in general or priorities?
Recognize that you are doing it for you and nobody else. You are your own inspiration. You are your own fitness inspiration, I think. And recognize that fitness is good for you. It's meant to make you feel good, make you feel strong mentally and physically. Find good mindsets for yourself as well. As I was mentioning earlier, always associate that working out is a celebration of what your body is capable of.
Oh, I love
It's a
that.
celebration you pushing yourselves to your limit and getting stronger, and recognizing that you can break through from your personal limits, and recognizing that food is fuel. It's not something that you should feel like you should burn off, and recognize that fitness is a marathon, not a sprint, right? So this is your entire life, you know. There's no pressure for you to do this or look a certain way. Just stay healthy, just stay motivated, stay consistent. Our mantra in the movement studio is actually sustainable fitness. So fitness that is effective, and fitness is something that you can inject in your lifestyle and something that you will progress in. So also make sure that you have short-term and long-term goals for yourself, so you can stay in your own goals, I guess. Because it can be fun to just try different things, but if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain muscle, there are certain trainings that are more beneficial than others. So yeah.
Yeah, that was well said. Thank you so much, Hannah, for ending it that way. So before we say our goodbyes, wow, I'm sad before we say our goodbyes. Before I let you both go, do you guys want to promote your social media handles, or perhaps the studios you guys are in now, perhaps where they can find you next year once you resume classes, or even your business as Keith, I believe. Where can the internet culture find you both? So maybe Hannah, you can go ahead.
Okay. First of all, you can listen to my radio show. It's Wake Up Manila at 5 to 7 in the morning, Monday to Thursday. And I also have a show on Saturdays at 4 to 6 in the afternoon, which is called The Beats of Broadway. It's also on Magic 89.9. So thank you so much, V81 Radio, for having us here. You can follow me online. It's at Hannah Bacani on Twitter and Instagram. And you can also take my classes and the other MCs or the movement coaches classes in themovementstudio.ph. We have online Zoom live classes there for strength, hit, and cardio. Okay, so we have the Sweat Home Extreme, which is where you use dumbbells and kettlebells, and then we also have burnout classes where you can use your body weight or any sort of cardio equipment you have at home, which is bike or rower or jump rope, whatever it is. We got you. We have monthly subscriptions. Just check out the website. And if you are a first timer and you sign up, you get 3 free classes right away. So hang
Good
out with
deal,
us.
good deal.
We accept you. Come through. Come through.
How about you, Keith? Where can people find you?
All right. So you can follow me on Instagram. So my Instagram handle is Keith Llige, KeithLlige. And then if you want to get into fitness, or if you're just exploring right now, you can always check out Ride Revolution. So Ride Revolution offers live and on-demand classes for indoor cycling, boot camp, as well as yoga. So you can choose like whatever class works for you there. 5,000 pesos for 1 month unlimited for all of that. You can check that out. And then also we have classes on at Air Manila. So that's 1 week unlimited classes also for 700 pesos. So it's a similar program in terms of boot camp. So you just need like basic equipment like weights, and of course your mats and resistance bands, whatever works for you. And you can just like work out with the bear community there. Right. And shop on Lazada. We have a lot of sales.
Yay!
So add to cart.
And your nacho bake business.
Oh shoot, yeah. Yeah, so we also have a taco bake business if you guys are craving for Mexican-inspired dishes. You can visit Taco Club, so that's mn.taco club on Facebook and on Instagram. We're actually offering beef taco and chicken fajita bakes, and it comes with homemade tortilla wraps. So if you guys don't have Noche Buena food yet, we got you. Yeah, we also have a promo, by the way. Yeah, if I can just plug, it's $9.99. You get 2 bakes. You get 2 different bakes of your choice, one side, and 28 wraps. So like super value for money if you guys want to try it out. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Keith. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you both. I appreciate you both stopping by the show today to talk about your fitness journeys and your experiences. So thank you so much for coming over. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Nicole. We love you.
Thank you.
Love you, Keith. Miss you, Keith.
Miss you.
Yeah,
Miss you.
I'm glad I had you both. Thank you. So Keith and Hannah's stories teach us that fitness is a lifestyle. To do it wholeheartedly, you have to embrace fitness as part of your life. You through commitment, passion, and grit, just like what Keith and Hannah did, they did something extraordinary by building a career out of fitness. And to think it all started out of a hobby or the passion to get themselves moving. So yeah, there you have it. Once again, this is your sports girl anchor, Nicole Ganglani. Thank you for tuning in today. Catch me live every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 for more sports action. Following with following shows coming after me this weekend are Beauty in a Box, Saturday, 1 p.m. to 2:30, hosted by Alia Ambay, followed by Making a Difference from 3 to 4:30, hosted by Erica Mison. And then tomorrow we have New All Pinoy Alternative Music, hosted by Charlie Diaz, followed by Let's Chat with Tita Gracie from 6 p.m. to 7:30, and lastly, Practical Magic from 8 p.m. to 9:30. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next 2 weeks from now. I'll see you guys.
Buckle up and get ready, set, and go. We're bringing you the action on air here on Sportswatch. Join sports girl anchor Nicole Ganglani as she dives deep into the lives of the athletes, fitness personalities, and enthusiasts from sports industry. Sportswatch every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Walang kasing saya ang Paskong Pinoy. Dumaan man ang problema at pandemya, kayang-kayang lampasan. Basta't nagdadamayan at nagmamahalan.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko dito sa V81 Radio, Manila.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan. Radio.